I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power to the people of the struggle. Salute. As you come on in, know that this is a safe space. Know that this is the space for learning and getting learned up. Know that this is the space for educating and being educated. Know that this is the space for questions and concerns, comments, conversations, dialogue. Know that this is a space of intelligence. This is your space. This is a space where we seek unity on a path towards what we can view and know as true liberation. As my classroom assistants come on in, come on in. As my classroom assistants come on in, please make sure all contact information is in the chat for the duration of class. Please make sure all funding information is in the chat for the duration of class. Fundable effort. There's a lot going on. A lot going on. And we are the only group of people who haven't built the nation. Okay? Fundable effort the way everybody else does. If you or anyone you know is in need of anger management, book an assessment. Find out your triggers. Get yourself together. Know exactly what type of traumas you've been through to make your triggers so light. You understand? Get an anger management plan together so you know how to de-escalate before it's too late, before you end up on the news, in cuffs, before you end up in court saying something stupid and have to do more time. Find out your true essence of self. Okay? If you or anyone you know is in need of domestic violence counseling, intimate partner or intimate relationship, abusive interventions, book an assessment. Find out what you need to be aware of. Specific behaviors, okay, that you need to be alerted to, right? From somebody who is certified and been doing the work. Okay? The work that our people so desperately need from somebody who is understanding and articulate enough to help them. Book an assessment. Okay? That's what you need to do now. How y'all doing? Yeah, I know I said I wouldn't come through. It is my baby girl's 19th born day. But she's home relaxing. She had all of the festivities early on. And I have to address certain things, when they land, because I know my triggers. And before I get into a space where I am enraged and actually up in certain sections of the city looking for individuals, I have to discuss, talk it out, and make sure that people understand what they're asking for. Yeah. So as we sit here, I need y'all to, start tagging your classmates. Okay? Saunders, Griffin, salute. Much appreciated for funding the war effort. Okay? No. Tag your classmates. And then you can tag Corey Harris. The numbskull, the dummy, who I predicted would end up in jail. Okay? So tag him. But while you at it, especially, I don't know if this dude is from uptown Manhattan or the Bronx or Mount Vernon or wherever, tag Jesse West Third Eye. Tag him. The first producer slash beat maker slash rapper that Puffy Combs ran his thumb through his behind. The first individual, the test run, the prototype for what made Puffy turn into Diddy. Tag him. Because, this is what I believed happened to this man. That's why he's so upset. Tag him if you know him. Yeah, let him know that my address is usually in one of the video descriptions as a location. Yeah, because we got to get to this evening. So tag him. Please. Tag him. Okay? Now let's see who's in class. Yeah, Moo is up in here. Moo, salute. We see Michigan is up in here. Cool K Kane. Yes, A Wood is up in here. T Green. Don't worry, Tara. Y'all going to see exactly how anger management works. I told you, you never get rid of anger. So when you're triggered, right, you have to know. You have to utilize your anger management plan. So you're going to see this firsthand. Yeah. See Bliz, sniper, is in the spotty spot. What's going on, see Bliz? Corey Brent. Man, Corey, that spotty spot be real crowded now. I'm glad that you're not a regular in there. It's real crowded. But I'm glad you're in the building. Yeah. Glad you're here because people believe that I just talk, that I'm not about this action. Yeah. So when I see people in person and they can embrace and feel the realness, I love when they in class. Because when I get on my East New York, I have witnesses to know that it's official. Zone 864 is in the building. George Johnson is in the building. Sean Jenkins. Yes. Jean. Arlene. Yes. You was up in here. More fire. D. Stew. 55 D. Stew. Yeah. Merklow. Yeah. God Stone is in the building. Terrence Butler. Crown Heights. Salute. Tata, what's going on? Elusive Views. Mark Lewis. Yeah. Sam, man. Finally catching a live. Nah. 55. Oh, that finally. What are you, The Rock? Finally. The Rock is in class. No, Sam, man, 55. Yeah. Kenny's Unholy Grail. Jewels, what's going on? Much appreciated for saluting the young queen on her born day. Black Leaf. Freddy. Angel. TC. Metal Face. 7-8. Yeah. Bionic Prince. Salute. Andre Davis. Now, let's go. Tony Grant. Mm-hmm. Yeah, much appreciated for the shout. Murder gang. Yeah. Kareem Mango. 55 for you. Yeah, 55 for you. Let's go. Barbara Williams. What up? Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Jean V. Pierre. Huh. Mm-hmm. Head over pills. Yup. 55. Hold that. 55. Hold it proudly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hold it proudly. And you're gonna have to, excuse the central air when it comes through. You understand? Because yeah, it's a little muggy in BK tonight. Bam Woods, what's going on? Mm-hmm. So listen up. Now, I would have never ever came with another follow-up to this Corey Harris and this story. Would have never did it. Because we said what we said, right? Dust froze in here. Viva Africa. Yeah, Philip Boone, we see you. I would have never did it. But again, since I just came out of that specific space of employment, right? When I was working with a nonprofit that specifically dealt with child support, that dealt with men who had the issues, and I had all type of state specialists coming in to talk every week, every group of class, when I had anywhere between 30 and 60 fathers that I dealt with every 12-week span, right? Giving them parenting skills, speaking on domestic violence, and anger management for over 3 years. I said, this is perfect because black men have to stop acting like they're being victimized. So I heard all the stories, just like when I was in the mountains and making an attempt to help people with their legal work when they were putting in appeals and writs and habeas corpuses and all this other stuff. And you can tell when somebody's fronting and not being forthright, okay? Not being forthright with their story, it doesn't make sense. So the whole Corey Harris situation never made sense to me. So when we spoke about it in class, I was specific with the spaces that didn't make any sense. Because I'm telling you, it just doesn't make any sense the way it was rolled out. So we covered it in class because it was sent to me and because it went viral. Then we did a follow-up. In the mix of that, there was another video sent to me via my DM, and I went to watch it where this person was saying that we should apologize. Now, this was in a TikTok or whatever. We should apologize. This man was wronged by the system, and everybody jumped on it. Even advocates, right? Because every state has different ways they deal with people on child support orders. It's not a universal thing. Each state, each municipality has different ways that they handle people who don't pay. Different ways to handle people to get them to pay. Different ways to handle all situations with how much they have to pay. There is no universal sweeping law when it comes to that. You understand what I'm saying? So my question was, before we even got to the license part, how did he get on child support? Because without him having to answer to the system via a case of some sort, right? Child support. Without that, we wouldn't even know who this dude is. There would have never been an issue with the license or driving on Zoom and in court. Never. So that's my question. Damn all that. That's the after the fact. Those are usually the spaces where melanated men try to play victim and speak, the system did this to me, the system did that. Right? I don't go for that dumb shit. And please, be free with your funding tonight. Because this not getting monetized. Because I got a bitch to deal with. Yeah, Jesse West, Third Eye. Yeah. The Karen. Yeah, the fairy. Wherever you may be. The fairy. Right. The one who uses his hiney to make sure Puffy got a place to put his thumb and fingers. Yeah. Because that's what I believe happened. Never no allegations. I believe it. Because the facts show me that that's where we at with it. Anyway, in this video where this individual was telling us that we should apologize to this man, that we should apologize to this man, I'm still asking the question, how did he get on child support? Was there some type of domestic violence issue? Did he beat on his child's mother? Did he knock up some young girl who had no other means but to get on some type of public assistance? And that may have flagged a child support order, because what a lot of individuals don't know is that, man, almost a third of the women who was on some type of child support order from the court system, they never activated the child support. Okay? Never activated it. They went to get assistance from the city or the state that they're in, and because this man is on a birth certificate or is named as the father somewhere, that's what activates the courts and the system. Because they're not going to pay for this child or these children. They're going to find the dad. So a third of these women didn't want none of that, but they went on a system. They needed help for whatever reason. Maybe that was his case. Nevertheless, there is an initial space where this man was responsible for his actions. Okay? Whether him and this broad just couldn't get along, any old reason, whatever it was, this individual was on child support. And as somebody on child support, he did not pay. It wasn't he didn't pay once, as we said. It wasn't that he didn't pay 3 times, as we said. He didn't pay to a degree in which someone snatched his license and suspended it. and suspended it. So all that is the after effect. All of this that we're dealing with is after the fact. And in court, in institutions that have to deal with the justice system and the legalities of it, the after the fact is never the issue. What is the initial piece? So homie was on child support and he didn't pay. That was my stand on it. So if they took his license, that's on him. They reinstated it and he didn't know or didn't have a firm receipt saying that it was reinstated. Again, that's on him. So now I do something that I really do. When people usually send me these things in my DM and I go to the prime post in the comments on that post, right? The original post, I usually don't comment unless it's something, in alignment with something political, when we're speaking on liberation or hip hop, or something that's engaging where we can speak intelligently. So I left a comment. What I didn't do was look at the space on it. So I commented under Jesse West Third Eye. Comment. Now, mind you, I didn't know, because I didn't read whose name I was commenting under, because the TikTok or the original post was a stranger. I don't know, somebody who's just doing what they do on social media. So you know what? For that, I'll take the lesson learned and make sure that I know whose space I'm commenting on. But nevertheless, I made a comment. Just like we spoke on in class, stating that this dude is in the wrong. Black men have to stop playing victim, or we're never going to get anywhere. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. And that's what whitey teach you. That's what the old face teach you. And they teach you that by the most harshest means. Either popping your head off in the street or imprisoning you. And that's a fact. Why? Because I did a decade behind there, playing games in the street. Never playing victim, though. Ever. I knew what I was doing. Never was getting high, never was drinking, in solid, sound mind when I was busting that hammer in the streets. Yeah, sober. So I took responsibility for my actions. Went to trial and blew trial. And spent a decade giving it back. So I've heard all the bullshit Negro excuses on the system and what was what and who did this and how we don't have a shot, all that black, weak, Negro shit. I heard it all. So I asked in the commenting on this post, like, again, why was he on child support? This lame, right? This punky Brewster, right? Yeah, this puffy lapdog. And when I'm saying puffy, I'm saying it exactly like that. Not because I always said it in class, but no, specifically because this is what he says out of his mouth, that he was down with Puffy before they even did anything at Arista. He was with Puffy from Uptown. So he was with Puffy. Puffy, not the all-powerful powerful multi-millionaire Diddy that could squash your career like that. He was a bitch for Puffy. Somebody who didn't even have a deal himself. So I know how corny you are. I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, a cornball. So now, in that comment, he shoots back. Well, if you haven't walked in a man's shoes, you don't know why he got child support. What the, but you know, little slick something. So I said, well, I work in that particular field. So I don't have to walk a mile in his shoes because I've been on the other side of it, helping these individuals get their arrears knocked down, get back to visitation to their children, and many of them to get back in the house with their children by giving them parenting skills, anger management, and domestic violence counseling. This is what I do. What? So he shot back. Oh, you work for the government. Yeah, that's what you do. You work. Again, switching his tone and being very disrespectful, but not knowing that because you don't know who you're talking to. And let me get the quote right now. The state is going to give you a promotion and a good nigger stick for doing the work that you do. Oh, yeah. So now I say, okay. And had to match that energy with, man, homie, I don't know who you believe is right or wrong here. I'm stating the facts of what the system does. All it does is allow people to continuously get trapped up in it. But you good, homie. You must be in a space where you're one of them passport brothers. You must be in a space where you one of them he-man women haters, like the little rascals, or you sitting with Al Bundy in them, with no ma'am. You understand? Them dudes that hate women. And as such, you have an issue. So now, in the course of that, and I really didn't read it until really just now, right? And this was his reply. I knew you were going to get an emotional and insult me in all, right? And then he said, in all caps now, online in the comfort of your home. Knew you couldn't handle it. Must be raised by women, right? I didn't insult you. You just told, what? No, this is what he said. Now listen, just told you something your father should have told you. So these is 2 insults. Okay? 2. I must have been raised by a woman, and you telling me something that my father should have told me, right? Yeah, this is where this meatball went. This onion head. This sucker that let Diddy run him out the industry. Early on, right? In 93. Because when you was a backpacker, beat maker / producer in the East Coast, still had some pull in the industry, he was hot. And Diddy, the man that we know as Diddy now, Puffy, utilized him as a test run for all of the other producers. So you gotta have a blueprint, you gotta have an initial subject to see if your style will work. And since Jesse West III, I never told anybody that Diddy fondled his grippers, he didn't tell that allowed Puffy to keep doing it. And then when he didn't expose that, Puffy beat him for publishing and all that, and mechanicals and all that, Puffy kept doing it. Remember, I'm saying Puffy. He let Puffy do it to him. Okay? So now, just told you something your father should have told you. N-words, quick to insult a man when they know they can't get punched in the face. Yeah, right? The man was wronged by the system. He's talking about Corey Harris. Was wronged during the system, by the system, right? But you shift the blame on him, telling me that. And then had the nerve to quote the degrees. He loves the devil because the devil gives him nothing. So he's quoting the degrees from the almighty 5% nation, the nation of gods and earth, to support this bozo, who we're going to do the follow-up today, to support this bozo, this derelict, right? This is what he's doing. But he said I wouldn't get punched in the face, so I speak and play online, knowing that I give my addy every time. Listen, Jesse West Third Eye, that's your name? The one who gave Diddy his brown eye? Yeah, the one who allowed Puffy to play in his brown eye. Yeah. My address, NYCHA Houses, Penn Workman, the corner of Pennsylvania Ave and Workman Ave in East New York, Brooklyn. All the time. It's all over social media. I don't have comfort in my home. So whoever you know in the industry, if you know Dio, since you dealt with Heavy D and all of them and you do beats, I know you know Dio. I know you know Damon. Ask Damon. Ask Dio about who I am and about how they never wanted me to come to the studio, but they man AZ always needed some street strength. Ask him, and then ask him to call A and to come and bring you so we can straighten this out. Make sure you get your padded leather gloves with the brass knuckles. So if you score, you might be able to daze me. Yeah, bring that. Bring your gem star, because I always got one here. Bring whatever you think you need so we can discuss this like men. Ask anybody in the industry. Ask anybody that's been in the mountains from up in wherever area you at, whether you in the Bronx, Harlem, whether you in Mount Vernon, New Rochelle, wherever you at. But let's get back to this person that he so vigorously defended online, because after he wrote that, he blocked me like a Karen. I bet he's somewhere giggling. You dig what I'm saying? I think he's giggling, because that's what those type of dudes do. They block you and giggle. I know he's giggling in his mama basement somewhere in his little Fenty thongs, thinking that it's cute. I'm almost sure of it, because that's lessons that he learned from Puffy. In order to soothe yourself, you keep something stringy in between your cheeks. Yeah. Yeah. So tag him. If you're from uptown, tag him. So now, this is the follow-up on Corey Harris. Okay? This is what He so vigorously defended and insulted somebody who works in the field. See, because I know for a fact that if child support is too steep for an individual, you can get the fees adjusted. If you're locked up, do you know that no matter how much they say you have to pay, that a family member can go to court and get the fees situated, sometimes as low as $5 a month while you're incarcerated because you are deemed in poverty and you can't earn an income? See, most people don't know that. So when they run around and they don't pay, they're not hurting the child. They're not hurting the child's mother. They jamming themselves. But they don't know that. So most men, they refuse to get a job on the books and become a derelict bum, straight up in the basement, beat maker producer. Yeah, these bozos. And believe that everybody online carry themselves like they do. Struggle rapper producer ass in his 50s and still trying to live off of the bad boy name because you're doing interviews about it. So you still attaching yourself to Puffy. Just like all the rest of them. If this man was doing all these heinous things, if this man was beating all these people, none of y'all put blood in his mouth. Not once. So I know for a fact that you ain't doing nothing over here. You're not punching nothing. At all. But you're slick with your mouth. So now, Mr. Pre-Biggie Smalls, because Puffy did it to you to the degree where he forced you and told you that Big didn't have a demo. This is coming out of your mouth, and you gave him beats. You organized a demo for Big and produced beats like a bitch for somebody who didn't even have a deal yet. Not Big. Puffy didn't even have Clive yet, and he was sunning you. You tough today? You tough today. So again, in anger management, I've learned not to go get my hammer and use every industry connect I know to find this maggot's address. You understand? So now I'll just discuss it because this is where we're at with it. So people who want to allow this Corey Harris individual to play victim. Now let's get this latest update. Okay? Let's get this latest update. As of a few hours ago, Corey Harris was locked up. Yeah. Many in class already know because they sent it to me. I've had people send it to me an hour after it was made public that Corey Harris was locked up because he got warrants. But let's take it back. For those who don't know, Corey Harris was the clown caught on a Zoom, right? A Zoom, which was actually a court date. So a Zoom with a judge and his attorney driving when he had what we believed was a suspended license. goes viral. Then they do follow-ups. The follow-up was that he had every right to do it. Right? Because they're saying in 2022 that an order from a judge reinstated it. But see, the follow-up was foul and it was misinformed. Because after that, and people started saying he was wrong by the system, what happened? Every media outlet in his city and state started interviewing him. And in that space, he had to admit that he knew his license was suspended. Matter of fact, one reporter pressed him and said, "Do you even have a license?" And he had to say, I don't know. Yeah. Nigga games. Same game. The same system is against me. The same bull that so many people believed, so many people placed the black man in. He wasn't innocent. So now, as I stated, in 2010, he got caught up driving. And at that point, when they caught him driving, he had not paid child support. They took his license, right? This is where they was at with it. They took his license because he wasn't paying child support. This isn't new. So from 2010 to 2020, this has been going on. But again, he not in New York, where they would have packed him up. It's in Michigan somewhere, okay? He's in Michigan somewhere. So we don't know how he's been going around for a decade, still doing what he do. But now when they bang him in 2022, this is the first time he used the wife as an excuse. I had to get her emergency care. So I was driving. And again, they told him, your license is suspended. Right? Whatever transpired in that hearing, the judge, or this is what they're saying, reinstated it based on him making payments. Again, he failed to make those payments, therefore, the license was still suspended. So this bum-ass dude knows this, but he playing victim. He knows that. Just like millions of other melanated men, these black-ass demons that think they can shuck and jive. Yeah, and play victim. And drown in a bottle, or drown in some weed, or drown in their dirty ass drawers and sit in their communities whining about what the system is doing to them. And what this baby mama did, what that baby mama did, and what my mama and daddy didn't do. Grown ass men. This nigga's 44. So now again, they bang him. And again, in this space now, listen what he said on the tape. I'm pulling into my doctor's appointment. And then gets in the court and says, nah, it's for his wife. But didn't I tell y'all that he wasn't going to make that 6 p.m.? And he didn't make that 6 p.m. So they locked him up for 2 days and let him out. So now when he goes back to court today, they find out his bum ass never had a license to begin with. And the judge is dumbfounded. He never had a Michigan license. And you know what? He actually got warrants out. So take him in the back. But this is what I was saying initially, 2 days ago, that it doesn't sound right. And that no matter what is being said, when your name, your social security number, and something is in the system stating that you owe or that you have to pay or that you got to do a certain amount of time or community service or whatever, you got to do that. You have to do that. So now, Jesse West III, who vehemently disrespected me as if he knew who he was talking to, and then blocked me like a coward. I hope he's following up as well, so you can see that this man that you supported was a derelict, a straight burger, a bagel, a zero, that you threatened to hit me in the mouth about. Yeah. Because you're saying I'm speaking from the safety of a home. Yeah. I want you. I am asking you to make your way to any space and call anybody and come through. We don't even have to get it on in public. We could do whatever you want it to be done. However you want it to be done. Hand to hand, gem star to gem star, hammer to hammer. I guarantee you they're gonna advise you differently. I can't call any of them. Call Dio. I don't know where this clown is from. Yeah, but call him. Wherever you at, wherever you from, reach out to your peoples who've been in the mountains. Okay? Because if you let Puffy extort you, if you let Puffy take your mechanicals and publishing in 92 and 93, yeah, when you was down with him, Craig Mack, Biggie era, before they was off for Uptown and you was doing all that and you in the Dolly My Baby video and all, if you was letting Puffy do you dirty like that in 9-3, because in 9-3, there was no brother Karim. There was no good brother, conscious Bliz. In 93, them dudes knew that I was putting my gun in their mouth. There's a difference between me and you, buddy. A big difference. But y'all beat making new age social media podcasting type dudes talking that real greasy slick shit online. Because you was around these dudes who now eventually come out and being exposed, right? As dudes that played with little kids and little boys and grown men and boys and stuff like that. But you're still attaching yourself to it. So I know you've been traumatized to it. That's why I can make the assumption that Puffy used you as the prototype. Yeah, you was the blueprint for all of the dudes that he beat. You. Mm-hmm. Jesse West Third Eye, you were Puffy's prototype. You was the blueprint. You was his test run. If he was able to touch you in the behind, if he was able to make you make beats and take whatever he gave you for him, that's how he was able to do it all these years. Because of you. You was the start. You said it in your interviews. This is not no allegations. This ain't nothing that I just believe. This is something you said. Yeah. That in between him and Heavy D and all these other people, they were utilizing you. And you never got your footing because the majority of people don't know who you are. But I do. I do. Yeah. Because again, in 9293, I knew where the money was at. Y'all niggas wasn't it. You definitely wasn't it, Bird. So, Bird, you didn't get extorted by Diddy, multi-millionaire, able to get you snatched off a radio in a heartbeat. You didn't get beat by 2014, 2010 Diddy, Sean Dawn and all that. You got played by Puffy. I know you soft around the heart. You ain't put no blood in that man's mouth. And you gonna talk crazy to me? Well, I have to use my class to allow people to even know who the hell your punk ass is? Anywhere you want to meet and you want to straighten something out because you defended a derelict, because you don't understand, like many people who don't understand me because I take hard science and break it down to simple terms, who people don't want to believe in because they're emotionally attached to their dilemmas. They don't understand. But when they go and replay and go back a few years and replay and say, damn, yo, Bliz said that 8 years ago. I get it. But see, like people who are in class, people who are students, people who are considered comrades and willing to learn, they're never disrespectful in their disagreements. Never. They just wait till their mind catch up, or we can keep building and make that a universal thought so they can get to the understanding of the experiences that I've been through and the things that I've seen. So you don't know me. You thought I worked for the government, but I never did. You understand what I'm saying? But you want to punch me in the face, or you think that that's something that you can do. And I would never allow nobody to believe that, because that's how we built in East New York. I don't know about other people, where they from, other sections of Brooklyn. Nigga, I know what we do. I know how I'm built. Because in East New York, the only thing we ever try to do is outdo each other. So homie, if you knocked out 10, I'm gonna knock out 15. If you pack dudes up in the jail, I'm gonna pack dudes up. 3 and 4. We outdo each other. So niggas that ain't even from that part of town, y'all don't understand that. Y'all think we be playing until you really in the space of this energy. This East New York shit is real. So Jesse West Third Eye, bring yourself over if you really think you can tap this. Get your leather gloves, man. I'm telling you. Keep the gem star with you too. That's what you do. So we can handle it. So we can discuss it. how men discuss it. No anger. Just come on through. I guarantee you, you won't do it. I put money on it. You let Puffy massage your behind, so I know you're not coming to East New York. And you're not going to allow me to meet you anywhere. Because, like many others know on social media, I pose up quick and by myself. Karen, because you's a sissy. Straight like that. You's a sissy. That's how Puffy was able to do it to you. Talking reckless online. You crazy or something? Defending a derelict. This nigga's sitting in jail right now. So we don't even know. We don't even know if he ever had child support. He done lied to the system so much. We don't know what's going on with Mr. Corey Harris. We know he is viral. We know right now that he's sitting in jail. We know he don't pay child support, and we don't know if he even had a driver's license. But we know he looked like a derelict, a dun-dun-dun, sitting there looking stupid, trying to answer questions. But this is where we at now. And it usually flies by because people don't take the time to check these dudes. I got the time. I'ma make the time. I'ma make the time. Because it's 2024, and that type of behavior has to stop. These wannabe tough guys online. These dudes whose only accomplishments is attached to a dude that beats women and been doing it since he was in college. You attaching yourself to that. You still speaking in 2024 about things that Puffy did to you in 1992, 93. Excuse me. This is what you do. You're doing interviews as early as last month. That's how recent. You still attaching yourself to that. Nigga, you still want to be down with Bad Boy. But you're doing it in a virtual space now. You understand? Yeah. Come out. Nigga, I'm outside all the time. Come out. Come out. Come see me. Like a man. You get your little Twitter fingers and block. Nah. You got trauma. You got child support orders. You got a large set of arrears. Then you should have said that. And maybe I would have used my expert opinion and sent you to somebody else who is still helping people get out of their arrears. But no, you tried to talk spicy like a little chick. You tried to talk spicy like if you was Glorilla, Slowrilla. You understand what I'm saying? You really, really tried it. Yeah. Puffy did you the same way he did Cassie. Had you make a beat and then kicked you in your ass. Because nobody heard from you after that. Half people here don't even know who I'm talking about. They gotta look you up. And then they'll see that everything that I'm saying is truthful. Like, why are you still talking about this man, knowing that he's finished, he's about to go down, but you attaching yourself to him because this is what these suckers do this time, this era. These suckers want to attach themselves to things so they can go viral. Yeah, I might get a little action. I might get a little traction. Cause my beats ain't do shit for me. I'm getting a punk ass publishing check that the system that you claim that I work for, the system is still paying you. So without the recording industry of America and some type of publishing, whether you getting CSAC or being or ASCAP, you wouldn't be eating. Because you wasn't getting it in the street. Your nose too funny. Somebody would have broke your nose if you came up on the block and tried to do anything. You's a clown. But you won't ever disrespect and try to come up on me. I'm the wrong one for it, Jesse West, third eye. You should have kept that smoke for Diddy. Yeah, you should have kept that smoke for Diddy because of what he did to you when he was puffy. You let a clown play you. That's what you did, sir. And you might have child support and going through it because your publishing checks ain't coming. Frail ass nigga. Step outside. Meet me somewhere. Like I say, go to any of these dudes. You go to meth. Go take the whole wool. Go to Ray. All of them doing shows now. Go to AZ. Go to Primo. Reach out to any of these managers. Any of them. Reach out and ask them. Yo, you can get in touch with him? I want to go to 5 with him. Ask him. Matter of fact, don't ask him. I gave you my address. Pennsylvania and Workman Avenues. Come through. I'm asking you. I'm asking you. With all calmness and grace, I'm asking you, third eye. You got something to get off your chest? Come through. Bring your frail ass through. We about the same weight. Come through. Yeah, we about the same age. I might be older and a little slower. Come through. That's the problem with you industry niggas who's washed up. Y'all on social media trying to gain something. And you think dudes like me are extinct. Or that we still in a mountain somewhere. Or that we not active. I'm asking you, come through. I'm asking, reach out. Get it off your chest. You defended this clown. You defended this liar. You put your chest out for him, claiming he was a victim when he was nothing but a liar. You don't even know if this dude is slow or not. So come through. Come through. Hit me in my face. That's what you said you would do, right? That's what you said you would do, right? You said that I'm in my space in the comfort of my home. I'm telling you, I'm comfortable anywhere. I'm comfortable anywhere. I'm telling you that. I'm comfortable in your project. I'm comfortable on Rikers Island. We could go together. I'm comfortable up north. Anywhere you want to meet, you maggot. Anywhere you want to meet, you trick for Diddy. Anywhere. Nigga, you was with them before Justin was born. You're a punk. You ain't get a dime. They ran you up out of the whip before whips was even invented. So come, take all that animosity and anger out right over here. Take it out. Take it out on me. You're angry, you're upset, you're triggered, come to East New York. Or, okay, tell me where to meet you. I'll meet you in Bryant Park. I'll meet you in Dunbar on 155th and 8th. Where you want to meet, man? Boston Ave in the Bronx, wherever you need me to be, I will come. And we can get it off our chest like men. Because you ain't hit Diddy in the mouth. You ain't hit Love in the mouth. You ain't hit Puff Daddy in the mouth. You ain't hit Puffy in the mouth. That's what East New York is about. You got to prove to me that that's what you're trying to do. You got to prove it. You got to prove it. Guarantee you that. Whatever you want to do. And I'm advising you to get help. I'm advising you. Bring your leather gloves with the brass knuckle adjustments. Right there, the padded ones. Bring that. Bring a box of gem stars. Keep one on each side of your cheek. I'm advising you to do that. That might give you the edge that you need. Okay? Mm-hmm. Bring a hammer. Matter of fact, don't do none of that. Rock me to sleep. Because I'm sure that somebody in your camp, family member, long lost cousin, may have access to who I am and where I may be. Rock me to sleep. Send a doja at me. And see if my East New York skills is up to par. Guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. Because this is where we're at with it. I'm telling y'all something. Y'all gotta stop believing that black men are victims of this system. We was victims of it in the 60s, in the 70s, in the 80s, in the... Nigga, we in 2024. If you don't know your responsibilities, if you don't know at this point what you're supposed to be doing to get around this, it ain't on nobody but you. We ain't victims of the system. That's in the past, bro. That's in the past. All that false narrative shit is in the past. I'm living proof. Yeah, violent felony convictions. Okay? Moo, salute for funding the war effort. And still was able to be employed. So we got rid of that. Recidivism, I never went back. We got rid of that. All them little false narratives, okay, that we keep trying to lean on, that's over with. That's over with. That's done. Either you're going to get right and do right, or you're going to be a casualty. It's just that simple. D. Haven in the building. Salute, D. Haven. What's going on? I sent you your born day shout outs. Again, in the past year, recognize your growth. Recognize what you're doing. Understand who you've become. You're much larger than your past. You ain't the same dude that was running around in the 80s and the 90s. You got your grown man on. So you celebrate this year of growth and understand that. Don't allow anybody to take you back to that space. You understand? That's what you do every birthday. Salute D. Haven for supporting the war effort. That's what you do. You consistently grow. You consistently grow. Higher level science. Don't let nobody take you back. That ain't you no more. You got them pieces in you. It's not going nowhere. When you need to utilize what you did, right? Because that's what we do. We find mechanisms to survive. We have coping mechanisms, right? You got defaults. All that you use to survive is still in you, should you need it. You don't need it with these pussies nowadays. You don't need validation from these clowns nowadays. Always remember that. You're a deep haven. You stand on that square. And always recognize them niggas wasn't built like me then, and they not built like me now. But in that space, I have grown. So you understand that. But I gotta get back to this bitch, D. Haven. So excuse me for a second, because this Jesse West Third Eye, this dude who Puffy allegedly knocked up out of the game, might have been the first one he humped on. It's a possibility. Because dude was out of there quick. See, usually when you get abused, you get out of there. When you usually have seen something, yeah. When you seen something you wasn't supposed to see, or you felt something that you wasn't supposed to feel, you get up out of here. Yeah, you gone. So let me try to figure this out. Somebody that was in a video, they probably produced the beat and a song with Biggie, Puffy, Supercat, didn't last past 1995. Nobody know you. You in the cut doing beats. You didn't, nah. You jumped out of the whip early. You said it, not me. You keep calling him Puffy. Yeah. So that means Puffy must have handled your little biscuits. That's what I believe. I don't have to assume. I don't have to make allegations. I don't have to. I believe it because you showed me that. You showed me that you wear panties, mantees, and all that on the low. But as always, gotta tell anybody on social media, my Addy is always out there. Okay? Always out there. Always. Because I'm an East New York dude for real. I'm a hard rock from the Koch administration. I'm not no goddamn dude that came up in Bloomberg era. Okay? Yeah, I'm from the Ed Koch administration, dude. You sucker, nigga. You's a sucker. A chump. I'll pull your thongs over your throat, you punk. So call them. Whoever y'all want to call them. That's how we give it up. I mean, it is what it is. This is what it is. So when they get disrespectful, you match that energy. And I'm going to sleep good. I'm going to rest good. You understand? I'm going to have a prepared class for tomorrow. I'm going to do all that. But a sucker going to get dressed down at any given time. I'm never, ever, ever too big to allow Bliz to show fangs when he need to show fangs. Never, ever. I'm not Dr. Umar. I'm none of them. I'm not the pills. I'm none of them. Trust and believe. I'm a real East New York dude. I'm a 75th precinct dude. If y'all don't know what that is, y'all need to look it up. Y'all need to look it up and stop playing with me. Again, anybody who funded the war effort, because I am a soldier, I believe in warfare, and that's what our people are going to have to do. Salute, much appreciated. We have to build a nation of men. We have to teach these young dudes to be respectful to and for each other. We have to give them the intelligence to know that they're not victims of systems and institutions, that they have the intelligence and the wisdom to work around it. That's what the war effort is for us building this nation. To be the counter to what they getting fed on social media all day. So salute to you who've done and who continue to do it. You dig what I'm saying? Salute to y'all. Make sure you come back to class with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. Because it's real in these streets. All over. All over. You dig? All over. We have to remain militant. Remain militant and never allow excuses to lead. You dig what I'm saying? Don't allow excuses to lead. Nah, we got the potential to be greater, but we gotta move the suckers out of the way. Yeah. Y'all ain't never hear me say kumbaya, all people. I don't care what platform I've been on. Mine, anybody else's, I've never been that. I always said a lot of these suckers gotta get what they need to get. They got to get what they hand called for. And that's for real. Just that simple. Okay? So again, I salute Classroom Assistants. Much appreciated for holding it down. You dig? And I'm telling you, Mr. Jesse West, Third Eye, Puff Daddy, and all that weird shit that you was doing in 9-3, that you sitting on, that's your greatest accomplishments, and all this old weird, funny style bullshit, I'm giving you an invitation. Come get it off your chest. However you want to do it. But I will never be the individual you catch wreck on because you defended a derelict. You defended a liar. You defended a 44-year-old bozo that can't even walk good. You defended somebody that you don't even know because you attached yourself to a circumstance. And maybe you're hoping people attach themselves to your circumstance and give you the grace and a safe therapeutic space because you've been abused by Puffy. Maybe that's why you identify with derelicts, because you hoping somebody would identify with you. It isn't any of our faults that you chose to let Puffy play in your seat. It's just not. It's just not. You allowed Puffy to do that to you. We didn't do it. In 93, when Puffy was playing in your boxers, I was throwing my hammer. So I ain't got nothing to do with that. Simple as that. So salute to my classmates. And again, definitely beg my pardons because we could have had some very intellectual discussion tonight. But I hope y'all got a lot out of it. Okay? Because child support don't work like that. And those who get on child support are not innocent. They not. Even if they guilty for going, unprotected into some little trollop. That's on them. So they not even innocent in that. Men, make sure y'all know who y'all laying with. Women, make sure y'all know who y'all laying with. We discuss this type of mentality in class all the time because I'm elevating our people. You understand? So always get to the root of the situation to find the truth. As I said days ago, the question is why he was even on child support to begin with. And now we find out this nigga ain't even have no license, period. Lied all the way around the board. So again, I always challenge you. Go back as many classes as you can. I have not lied or misrepresented anything in all the years I've been on social media. And I definitely haven't misrepresented my East New York. Everything goes off. From my hands to my gem star to my box color to the hammer. It goes off. Easily and with a smile. No anger. I'm not mad at Jesse West's third eye. I'm not mad at him at all. I'm matching his energy. So come see me. Peace.